Sunday Oliseh have no moral right to attack Victor Osimhen. Here's the plot. When Sunday Oliseh was playing for VfB Bochum in Germany, Oliseh fought with his own teammates. Oliseh headbutted his own teammate. Oliseh punched his own teammate. Now, how can such kind of person decide to preach moral instructions to Victor Osimhen when he had done the same thing in his own prime years as a footballer? You see that you see sometimes what we do yesteryears tend to hurt us in the future. What moral justification did we only say tend to tend to blame Osimhen for Nigeria not winning the AFCON because he had an altercation with Ademola Lookman? He has forgotten that during his time, Sunday Oliseh was someone who has hot-tempered. He had problem with his own teammates. And I've given you a scenario when he was at Dortmund and when he was at Bochum. And take note, he was on loan from Dortmund to Bochum when he had an incident with his own teammates. His own teammate that he punched and headbutted. He has forgotten that he also did worse than what Victor Osimhen did. Now he's coming to become a righteous fella. You see sometimes when we do things, let's remember tomorrow. Now, he said that because Victor Osimhen had an altercation with Lookman, that was why Nigeria did not win the AFCON. What a show, what a show, what a show. That wasn't it. Because that altercation occurred against Mozambique. And the next match was against Algeria, which Nigeria put out a 5-star performance. If you remember that match, the Eagles put on a 5-star performance against the Algeria national team. So tell me, why is it that the hard balls did not affect the Algeria match? He now left the Algeria match, now went to Morocco. You see the way we think in this part of the world. And he now say because Osimhen had an altercation and had balls with Lookman, that's why the Eagles did not win the AFCON. So him that is saying, Oliseh that is saying this, he has forgotten that some years back, he fought against his own teammate in his club, VfB Bochum. And he wasn't a Bochum player, he was an on-loan player from Borussia Dortmund to Bochum, and he headbutted and punched his own teammate. Now tell me, what right does Oliseh have to accuse Osimhen at boss for Nigeria not winning the AFCON? What right, what moral right does he have when he had already done worse than what Osimhen did in his prime years as a footballer? Sometimes let us preach what we practice. That's all we need. Preach what you practice. If Oliseh was a calm player who had not misbehaved in his prime years, I would have taken him more serious. But because he was someone who has this hot temper, Oliseh is hot-tempered. He's even more hot-tempered than even Victor Osimhen. Why playing? Check Sunday Oliseh in his prime years as a footballer. He has that hot-tempered. That is the truth. So for someone who has fought against his own teammate, now coming to advise Osimhen, now coming to tell us that because Osimhen had an altercation with Lookman, that's why the Eagles did not win the AFCON. You can see that he has spoken that he too had an altercation with his own teammate. He too fought his own teammate. He headbutted his own teammate live and direct. What you sow is what you reap. So I'm not saying what Osimhen did was right. I'm not trying to justify Osimhen. But the truth is that it shouldn't come from Sunday Oliseh's mouth. There are other people that will say this, then I will take them serious. So guys, let me get your opinion on this. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you.